Hello, in this video I'm going to show you the difference between a stateless and a stateful widget. So our second page is a stateless widget, whereas if we go back to here, this is a stateless widget, but this is on the page that's being displayed. It is the My Home page, which is essentially page 1, and that is linked with the My Home page state, which extends that state, but that is a stateful widget. What happens if, because we pass in some data and that gets assigned to the title. What happens if while we're on this page, instead of saying I'm pressed, actually this is exactly what I wanted before. If we have a look, it was this which allowed you to navigate back. Instead of that, what if I wanted to do str equal, because there's a default navigate button, so we can overwrite this one. Let's say if I want to say something else. So if I was to hot restart that, hot reload, sorry, and I click that, this doesn't get updated. Okay, my thinking you need to call the set statement. So let's do that. Set, as you can see, it doesn't appear. So let me literally get the format from here to make sure I'm typing in correctly. So set state, I'm going to cut it from here, put it directly here. As you can see, we're getting an error. The error is this does not exist, and it is because a stateless widget, once it has been created, once the code has been built, it cannot change. That is it. You can't do any changes within it. Any variable changes to update the widgets, the columns, the containers, any of that stuff. You can't do that. So if you just want something simple, and maybe just a information page, and you can pass data into it initially, but you can't do any changes while it's running. If you do want to do changes, you need to have a state widget like so. So let's make this into a stateful widget. So if we do stateful widget, we're going to get a few errors. So what we also need is we need this right here. If we copy that, I'll put that over here. And instead of underscore my homepage state, I'm going to say underscore second page state. Second page state. I'm going to copy that, put that over here. This don't exist yet because we are going to need this right here, or essentially this format. And what we are going to do is we are going to say underscore second page state, put that there. That needs to be that second page class here. If you go to main DOM, I was thinking, do we not need this? This is only required, initially to basically get everything set up. We don't really need to do this again. Okay, so as you can see, the errors have disappeared, but we don't want this in here. We want this inside of this. So we'll basically cut this, cut it, and we'll replace all of this and put it here. Now we don't have str. Okay, str was over here. So let's have a look at the best way to do this. So we got some data passed in. We could literally just pass that through. So we can just say second page state, second page state, and we can say str, like so. We could get this, and this will be second page state. And I need another variable string str equals, like so. Don't need the key anymore. We'll need str, and that is it. So now if we were to hot reload, make sure this is still working. Okay, so we get an error. Second page is not a subtype of type stateless widget. Second page, where does this error actually occur? I think it'll be occurring in the first page when we are actually invoking it. Let's have a look. Is it occurring here? To make sure, I'm going to delete this and hot reload. Okay, so it occurs there. And obviously, if I were to do that, don't work. But if I undo this now, so instead of navigator.push, instead of all this, we're going to do navigator dot still doing the push. We don't need to. Should just be as we have this. Actually, 1 second. Let me hot reload that again. Okay. Okay, that's working now. I don't know why it wasn't working before. Probably just needed a probably full app reboot. Okay, so we've got it working. Only the Batman button works at the moment. That don't really matter. So now, if we was to do set state and do hot reload, and if I click Superman, I'll click go back. As you can see, that has now updated. So that's how you have another page that is a stateful widget. Therefore, you can update the content on the fly. An example of this would be if you're creating a social media page, you have a timeline, so that could be your homepage. You click on one of the posts that takes you to, let's say, the second page, like the post page. And on there's comments, and maybe those comments after every, let's say, 1 second or 2 seconds, they are live updating. You can't do that in a stateless widget unless you go back to the home screen, then go back to the post page, which you don't want to do. Even if you're doing that automatically, that's not going to be a good user experience. So a stateful widget will allow you to essentially overcome that problem instead of using a stateless one. But that's really the only difference. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.